welcome to the Monday, October 10th episode of Morning Brew and Chat. Let me go on and get everything synced in here together so I can read what's happening. There we is. Throw a little love up there. Toss up a little PSA. There's that. And share us out. Good morning, Santee. Good morning, Tony. Hope you guys are doing good this morning. What's up, Squatch? Good to see you guys. Oh, man. Busy weekend. Oh, yeah. Full throttle. Ready for tonight. Been chatting with the girls just a little bit. Oh, yeah, tonight's going to be fun. Tonight we are going to go back to one of our local cemeteries we've been to quite a few times before. Always active. So, good morning, Jan. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good this morning. Well, I'll tell you, if there's not some new history to uncover and explore, Mark and I are going to have a talk, because I know that he has been working on it. Getting ready. Of course, Heather and Lisa, they are both gung-ho. So, doing the prep. Yep, you got the first surgery today, don't you, Jan? Well, good luck with that. I'll of course be getting a hold of you sometime later this afternoon to see how everything went. So, see, told you. Mark's always prepared. Colonoscopy. Getting one of her eyes worked on today, hopefully fixed, and then here in a couple weeks she'll go back in and get the other one done. Be able to see again. Oh, what's our settings on here? Nope, we're set right. 720. So, yep, definitely looking forward to tonight. I've been wanting to get back to this place anyway. I'm not gonna let the cat out of the bag just yet and let anybody know where we're going. So, but I'll tell you what, it's gonna be good. Hoping the doc doesn't call for sneeze. Well, at least they're not cutting into you, so you don't got to worry about him losing weight and his wedding ring falling off or his watch falling down inside you. I'd hate for you to get home and, here in a couple days, all of a sudden the alarm in your belly goes off and ask him if he drives a cataract. You'll drive a cataract? Good morning, Mayhem. Good to see you this morning. How you doing, Masha? Hopefully well. I mean, it's Monday. How well can anybody be doing? But still, you know. Oh yeah, coffee. Coffee. I'm just waking up for the second time. I mean, I got up at 4:30, was up for about an hour. Thought, man, my ankle hurts, my left knee hurts. I'm gonna go take some painkillers and lay back down. And I just got up, what, a half hour ago, and apparently I laid there long enough because ain't no pain no more. So witness list reports the lawyer today. Doesn't get turned in today, won't be used. Well, I hope that you get everything turned in today then. Can you see it? Can you see it? I see the chat in my right eye and me in my left. It'll be all right, Ty. You've been getting ready for this. I mean, October's here, man. This is it. Hopefully, they don't decide to stretch it out longer. I've noticed that's something the court loves to do. Um, you, it's like I told you before, man. If you lived in Michigan and she was violating restraining orders and stuff like that here, like she does there, she'd already be sitting in jail here. I don't know what Iowa's issue is with not enforcing their restraining orders and stuff, but what do you do? School won't cooperate. Child Protective Services don't cooperate. Well, no. Of course they don't. Most of your Child Protective Services are pro mom. So, yeah, to have a dad actually out there doing a great job and the mom being the piece of crap, of course they don't want to cooperate. It's like maybe if we make him do it on his own, he'll screw something up, and we can take the kids and give them back to the mom. That's what you need to. That's exactly what you need to do. You need to take the kids out of a nice, healthy, safe home and give them back to the drug dealing whore. Oh, did I say that out loud? Shit. Damn my emotions for getting away with me sometimes. I mean, look at the way it's been for the last year. I mean, seriously, Ty. Her old man threatens you and the kids' lives. Straight up threatens you and the kids' lives. And he's not in jail. She has violated the restraining order on multiple occasions. She's not in jail. Sound like a bunch of lazy asses to me that don't want to do their job. But we'll see. I mean, worst case scenario, um, take the evidence to the state Supreme Court. I mean, they almost, if you're getting an unfair trial and you have a judge look at it, or you can take court records to a higher court. The higher court in the state, by law, is supposed to grant you a change of venue. So we'll see what happens. I think you got this. I think you got this. You've been doing everything right. I fought this war with everything I have. I've proven to be more fit and stable than most moms. Request Supreme Court. Thank you, Santee. I appreciate that, but it was a couple days ago, but still it was nice. That last Rock the Beach or Rock the Block, whatever you want to call it here in town, fell on my birthday this year. Um, we had an awesome, awesome, awesome time up there. Of course, the thumbnail. Well, I sent you pictures, Santee, of me with the Sanderson sisters and my ghost gear and everything that I had on. Um, but just had a great time up there. And then our friend that owns the gas station right down the road, he just opened the bar uptown earlier this year, so we had a chance to go up there and hang out and have a couple drinks, listen to the band, and it's only like a block between the beach where the bash was at and the bar, so we just kept walking back and forth and constantly getting stopped for pictures and it was fun. Just 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 one more uniform I get to wear around in public and get pictures taken care of that my wife can yell at me about. Now, now we'll see the next time we go to Walmart. If we get to Walmart before Halloween, I might actually wear the whole setup to Walmart. I know I'm going to wear it. I know I'm going to wear it out for Halloween. Um, Hopefully, I can get to Walmart, get the new ghost trap they got out. It would look real good strapped to my side. Um, $20, but I have cigars and soda and other things to worry about. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just go without it. Oh, let me see here. Thank you very much, Jan. I appreciate that. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of people. There wasn't many costumes this year. Most of my witnesses changed their mind about speaking against her, so I've only got six now. Well, um, that whole dead X in a field that supposedly wandered off and ended his own life. He had two kids with her, and or well, the daughter. Um, Him winding up dead in a field, and um, everybody saying, "Oh, he did it himself." Yeah, 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 yeah. When you got a great kid that you're taking care of too, and stuff like that, you just randomly for no reason walk out into a field and end your own life. So I'm sure that probably scared a few people. 14, now 6. I mean, 6 witnesses is still good as long as all 6 of them show up. I mean, you do still have the stuff that you got off your daughter's phone about her looking up the street value of prescription medication and stuff like that. You do still have all that you've turned into your lawyer, right? Yes. Rusty ain't making it in today. Go figure. It's all right. Normally he messages me before the stream to let me know he's not going to make it. I'm really surprised. Hope he's okay. Good. I'm glad, Ty. You should be all right, bud. You should be all right. I mean, like I've told you many times over the last couple years, you have done everything just right. You have buy the book, buy the book, buy the book. You've done everything very right. So, yep, big investigation tonight, guys. We are going back to one of our favorite cemeteries here in the area. Um, After the last couple years and people being restricted when they could go out, where they could go, things like that, I'm sure there's not been a lot going on at this site. A lot of physical contact, a lot of people out there. So it's going to be very interesting getting the group out there tonight and doing what we do. I got a feeling the girls are going to experience something they have never experienced before. I have those and pictures of her under the influence of methamphetamines, looking up how to pass a drug test. Oh, yeah, I'm sure you're all right. Today in 1864, Private Robert Stevens of the Union Army tripped over the edge of an alien spaceship sticking out of the ground during an attack on Confederate forces. Sounds to me like Private Stevens is a very unlucky individual. I hope he got probed for tripping over that ship. And today, in 1968, I pooped, and it was black and smelly. Of course, that's normally what 2-day olds do, is poop. So, and I may have cried. Who knows? I don't know. Tomorrow, on tomorrow's date, 1968, I may have cried and pooped again. Oh, your kids are in school today? I guess our school, we found out yesterday there was no school today. So Ashlyn's actually off out of school for her birthday. Columbus Day. Go figure. Dude never stepped foot on the North American continent, but we still have a day for him. So, and the kids don't go to school on it. But if you don't make it back, 1985 U.S. Navy fighter jets intercept Italian cruise ship hijackers. Well, that's interesting. But if you don't make it back, bud, we'll talk to you later. Comanche attack on settlers proved to be an accident. Ray had his finger on the bowstring. Ah, sad how those accidents happen like that. Doggone misfire. Go figure. Indy is still Indy. Promises, 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 promises. Boom, 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 boom. Go do your thing. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand how some states celebrate Columbus Day, other states don't celebrate Columbus Day. So our kids, some of our kids are out of school on today's date, and some of them aren't. I don't understand. It's kind of like Martin Luther King Day. Some states you're out of school for Martin Luther King Day, other states you're not. Negligent discharge for the not so pro gun listener. Exactly. Yeah, Indigenous Persons Day. That's what they're calling it in a lot of states. I believe that's what they. No, it's still Columbus Day here. You'll forget about it after an hour or two. Oh, maybe. Who knows? I know that since we have the investigation tonight, when the stream ends, I'm probably going to go lay back down. If not right away, then a little bit later. Swiss Miss, good morning. Hope you're doing good. Happy Columbus Day to you too. Or like we were just discussing a few seconds ago, in some states it is called Indigenous Persons Day. Born here, I'm indigenous. True dat. That's what I'm celebrating, Santee. It's still Columbus Day here too, but I'm not celebrating that. Yeah, it's kind of hard to celebrate a holiday for a person who was never even here. That's like celebrating, you know, King George Day or something like that. He never stepped foot on the continent, so why celebrate him? Good. I'm glad you're doing wonderful. Yeah, the spreading of syphilis to the New World. There you go. Of course, it was suggested a little bit ago that we dress up for tonight's investigation. Um, I decided no. I made the executive decision to not dress up for tonight's investigation. Um, we're going to stop by the Wounded Minnow and check on them, see how they've been doing since our last investigation, before we head out to the investigation site tonight. Uh, and hopefully, maybe, um, get together on Halloween and go back to the Wounded Minnow, because they normally have a big hootenanny there, big get together, nude ghost hunting. Um, no, no, no nude ghost hunting. Yeah, Heather was all about dressing up. Yeah, she's as much into wearing funny clothes out in public as I am. So, make sure I haven't missed anything. As a Midwesterner, I respect the indigenous people that are part of my community. However, I'm reflecting my age. Columbus Day for me. I'm off work today, but going in for 5 or 6 hours to catch up. Yeah, and being a Midwesterner myself, that's. I was really surprised. Our daughter, my wife said something to my daughter last night about making sure that she got in the tub early and everything so they could do her hair for school today. And she's like, "We don't have school on Monday." She's like, "Well, why not?" And I said, Columbus Day. And Ash was like, "Yep, that's it." So, yep, it's really surprising, like I was saying earlier, how some states don't have school on Columbus Day. Some states do have school on Columbus Day. Some states call it Indigenous Persons Day. Some states don't. I mean, since we had the Norse in this part of the country 500 years before Columbus even set sail, I think we need to have Norse History Month or something. Who celebrates Columbus or a day off? Well, you're off every day, Tony. So every day is Indigenous Persons Day to you. Well, I mean, except for your honeydew list that the wife leaves you, that's as long as your leg. But that's okay. If honey don't do it, no one will. Very true. Very true. People like that. People do like the day off. Don't really care why they're getting the day off. Just that they're getting a day off. Now it's just a shame poor Santee don't have today off. I should get a honey. Need help with my list. Being single has a couple of drawbacks. Um, I, I could imagine. Columbus Day was never one of my holidays anyway. Well, yeah. You know, and it's really funny because when I was younger, I remember being in school and us always having Columbus Day off, and we always thought, hey, that's really cool. That we're celebrating him discovering America and everything, getting a day off. Then when I got older and I actually studied it, um, it's like it's like hell, he was never here. Why are we celebrating it? They should be celebrating that in the Bahamas or Central America, maybe Brazil, but not here. I didn't mean to stump the host. Oh, you didn't stump me. I know exactly what you was thinking about. I just didn't want to say it. He stumps himself all the time, don't he? I don't even have anything around here to. Here, give me a second. I'll do that again. Here we go. Unless demonic Monday for him. Yeah, really. We need National Firearms History Month. Boom. I like that idea. Hey, John, good morning. Hope you're doing good. Dev, good to see you. Yeah, who knows? Maybe one of these days when more people come to realize the importance of our freedoms and the importance of the right to keep and bear arms, people will give a little bit more homage to the knowledge of firearms and the safety that they provide when in the right hands. Who knows? I wake at 4 a.m. every day. It was nice attacking the chores early today. Gave me time to enjoy the local festival. Very true. Very true. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I'm doing great. I am doing great. Now that I actually got a chance to lay back down for an hour and a half, not a ache, not a pain, not a nothing. Feeling great. All hail our Lord and Savior. All things gone. John Moses Browning. Realize and treasure our freedoms. Go into the range later. There you go. Pro gun, huh? Come sit here. Hates waking up at 4 a.m. I hate waking up at 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. or 1:30 a.m., but I do it anyway. I even stayed up till 11:30 last night. Got up the very first time um, at 1:30 and thought, "Oh wow, man, I feel great. I can't wait to start my day." And I looked at the clock and went, "Yeah, right." Went and laid back down and woke back up at 3:30. Thought, okay, it's getting real close to that time where I'm not going to lay back down. So I came in here, fired up the coffee pot, went in, watched a little TV, came back in here at 4:30 to hot coffee. No better way to start a Monday. I just wanted to say good morning. I only use the channel for typing, so wanted to say nice outfit. You miss you, bud. Hey, Noel, miss you too, bud. Miss you too. Glad you could stop in. At least say good morning. Might be having items that I have never found. Without 2A, we have no other rights. Might be speaking Japanese now. Very true. Very true. Wake up 4 times last night, then gave up at 6. I got up at 4:30 finally, and was up for about an hour. My ankle felt like it was swollen. My knee was hurting on my left leg. So I went on and laid back down until 7:30 and got back up and got ready for the stream and actually felt good. Took some painkillers. Um, I'll do a little bit of something around here today and then lay back down um, early this morning, late this morning, early afternoon, something, and get ready for tonight's investigation. So I'm all rested up and not hurting and stuff. But yeah, woke up 6:30, go to work at 7. Bus comes. Watch the man in the high tower. Off today as it is our Thanksgiving up here. Oh, that's right. You're up in Canada. Today is Thanksgiving Day, or Thanksgiving for you guys. I forgot completely about that, too. Woke up 3 for no good reason. And just having a day off because of the holiday. Yep, a lot of people are, Noel. A lot of people are. If I wake up early in the morning, I stay up. I don't attempt to go back to bed. I don't know why. For some reason, I sleep better during the daytime than what I do at night. And I cannot explain it. I don't understand it myself. I could, I might only be able to sleep for 2 or 3 hours during the night, but I can lay back down at 9 or 10 o'clock and I can sleep for 6 hours. I do not understand why, but I've always been like that. I sleep better in the daylight. Thought all those Canadians were nice people. Hey, those Canadians are nice people. I've never met a Canadian I didn't like. First couple of seasons were actually sideways with time machine. So this first couple were good. Gonna be Beetlejuice for Halloween and October 14th going Haunted House Factory of Terror. Very cool. Very cool. I meet many every day. Really? I've only been to Canada just a few times, and I have never, maybe it's just my luck, but I have never met an unfriendly Ontarioan. Do you guys have names in Canada for your different, um, like Saskatchewan and Ontario? But I mean, do you guys have different names for the people that live in those? Because I've only ever been to Ontario, but I have never met an unfriendly Ontarioan. I don't watch TV. Most streaming series are good for 2 seasons for the most part. I got quite a few Canadian friends. They're cool people. Well, gonna go hide my channel. Take care, Drew. Just wanted to say, hey, bud. All right, Noel. You take care of yourself, buddy, and I will. I'll talk to you later. You take care of yourself. Deadwood was good. Deadwood was good for the whole thing. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Ontarians. Okay, Ontarians. Oh yes, I agree with you, Santee. Deadwood is on my bucket list. Would love to go there. Although I could see where women might have lower opinion. Other provinces. No clue. Ah, okay. Yeah, back when they used to do the Battle of Thames uh, up there in Ontario, um, I would meet 3 or 4 thousand Ontarians at a time, and never ran across unfriendly Ontarians. Give it a shot unless you are easily offended. There could be some offensive stuff in Deadwood on that show, that's for sure. Um, I remember back when I started watching it, my wife loved the show in general, didn't like the didn't like the accuracy of how the women were treated and stuff. Well, no clue who that is. It just dinged in. It's a white ball. It's an orb. I grew up with Archie Bunker. My panties never twist. Yep, Archie Carol O'Connor was definitely the right way to grow up. Because after sitting through Archie Bunker for that many years, nothing offended you anymore. You just don't have time for watching much. I moved here a month ago and haven't set up internet at home. It's probably fairly accurate. Glub, 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 glub. Come on. Take it to the head. Take it to the head. Good morning, Templar. Good to see you, my friend. Oh, you are actually at work today on Columbus Day, Indigenous Persons Day in Canada, Thanksgiving. Internet iffy and slow. Man, that's how mine was yesterday here. It was. I tried to upload the video yesterday. I tried 3 times before it finally worked. It just didn't want to. YouTube didn't want to cooperate at all yesterday. I'd try to open new pages on the computer. I'd just get the little spinny ball. Illinois is okay outside of Chicago. Rural Illinois is best. I lived in Wisconsin and Iowa. Midwest is best, just my opinion. I agree. I liked Chicago though. Um, I've only been there a couple times, and I never really seen the bad part of Chicago. Um, I was right downtown around the museums and Navy Pier and stuff like that. I never seen the crappy side of Chicago. I used to live in Indianapolis, just 12 blocks from the center of town. I used to walk down there all the time. But I prefer small towns. I prefer real small towns like our village here or outside of town where I couldn't fire a gun at in my neighbor's direction and hit their house because they're so far away. That's kind of like the area that I grew up in. Our nearest neighbor was like a mile away, so it's unfortunate Chicago laws control the entire state. Very true. Visiting for work was okay, but not anymore. Yeah, it was 6 years ago I was there. 6.5 years ago. July, August, September. Yeah, roughly 6.5 years ago. We were there in June of 2016, and it wasn't bad. We hit some of the shops, the train station, right downtown, by the river, Navy Pier, that whole area around there. And it wasn't too awful bad. It was a good honeymoon. The only reason to hit Chicago is White Castle. Man, I'll tell you what, it's about as short a distance for me to go to Chicago to White Castle as it is any other White Castle around here. Since they closed our one in Monroe, Michigan, I don't know of any other White Castles around. And when I get in the mood for a slider, I get in the mood and an onion chip. That's my go-to. Send me south anytime. I go down south. I can get crystals, which is just a White Castle with mustard on it. One of the places I'll be visiting for work is San Diego, California. Never been to California. One of those places I have kind of sort of wanted to go. Waffle House. Do like Waffle House. Um, there's another place down in Tennessee called Huddle House. Um, I love Huddle House. That's like my mom's favorite place to go is Huddle House. Damn double cheeseburgers I've ever had. You have a Huddle House over there. Okay, yeah, that's my mom's favorite place to go. Um, whenever her and Dad want to go out to eat somewhere, um, they go down the mountain through Crossville, Tennessee, and right up Dayton Mountain and around it to Dayton, Tennessee. And there's a Huddle House right there that they love to go to. One of four in the state. So you have like a smash burger style, then a thicker one. That's what we do at home now, smash burgers. So much easier, so much nicer. I just wish I could make little square burgers on a bed of onions. Then I'd be happy. One of these days, I'll actually attempt to make sliders at home with the little mini buns. Um, I know how to do it. It's just a matter of finding the little buns that are not Hawaiian rolls with honey on them. And just take a cookie sheet and smash your burger out all nice, about yay thick. Put onions underneath it. Put onions on top of it. Bake it. Get it out. Flip the whole thing over on the fresh onions. Get them grilled up real nice. Then you rip open a bag of them mini buns, put them on a cookie sheet, put the burger on top of it, put the top on there, heat it up just a teeny tiny bit, like 5 minutes, and then cut in between all the buns. Boom, you got sliders. Waffle House burgers are the best burgers I ever had. Never had a Waffle House burger. Never had a Waffle House burger. We don't even have a Waffle House around here. We have knockoffs, but we don't have an actual Waffle House. I'm still here washing my hair and face, putting drops in my eye. I I'll be thinking about you today, Jan. Just hoping everything goes well. Hopefully, in a couple days, you won't even be able to tell you had anything done. Swiss and sorry, a little slow. I'm going to try the Waffle House burgers, cheese and mushroom. Oh yeah, love me a good mushroom and Swiss burger. Love it. Never had a true smash burger as it reminds me of McDonald's too much. We get them with grilled onion. I had them 6 different Waffle Houses, all great. Seven. Surgeries at 2. Working in that is dreadful at best. Surgery at 2. I'll still be thinking about you. I like horseradish, cheese, raw onions, barbecue sauce. Horseradish. Our store down here actually carries a horseradish mayonnaise. and it is very good on a burger. Very good. I prefer grilled onions, but raw onion is just as good as far as I'm concerned. A lot of times I'll get in the mood for something a little spicier, and I'll put uh, dill jalapenos that I've made. When we empty out a jar of pickles, dill pickles or something like that, I'll take the jalapenos out of a jar and stick them in the stick the jalapeno chips in the dill pickle jar. Let them dill up a little bit. I'll put those on a burger with some hot sauce, maybe some pepper jack cheese. Home internet sucks, but when I move, I'll get High Point, so I should get 4 or 5G. Guac on a burger. I've never been a fan of guacamole. The wife is. The wife loves guacamole. I've never been a fan of guacamole. Maybe it was those years of making it. Just got me tired of avocados. I don't know. But never been a fan of guac. You want to have an opinion on Five Guys? I love Five Guys. I used to work security at Five Guys down at Notre Dame. Um, the wife had never had Five Guys. She grew up in this area. And I took her to Five Guys one time over by Lake Michigan. And she loved it. But she's a saltaholic too. And when she dug into those French fries, she was in heaven. So, but I love Five Guys. See, to me, their burgers are excellent. And you can get a burger made any way you want it. Have anything added to a burger at Five Guys. Never tried them at Swiss and have several around me. Five Guys once years ago, they were okay. Craving Swiss cheese and tomato omelet. All this food. Yeah, we do this on occasion. Just kind of go into the whole food thing, and then everybody either leaves midway through the stream or to grab some breakfast, or just as soon as the stream's over, runs and makes an omelet or a breakfast burrito or something. I prefer steak over hamburgers. No steak sauce. Sacrilegious. Sacrilegious. If the burger itself is good, it shouldn't need stuff on it. Well, and I kind of feel that way too. But I don't know if anybody else has noticed over the last decade, maybe, hamburger even tastes different. I said something to the wife the other night. I remember I remember when my mom made hamburgers when I was little. It just had a beefy taste to it. Now there's just something weird about the taste of hamburger. I don't know if it's the chemicals that the cow is eating or how the preservatives they're putting on it when it goes to the store. Um, just tastes different. Um, I hate Swiss cheese. I can take it off a burger or sandwich if it's on, but still can't eat the burger or sandwich. Good morning, Jay. Good to see you this morning, bud. Hope you're doing well. Cheryl, good to see you. Probably using different cut of meat. Food tastes different now. Chicken don't even taste good. My wife makes best, the best chicken and mushroom Alfredo. And the chicken don't even taste good anymore. It's just kind of there. It's like a lump of meat with no flavor. You have to put, you have to smother it and stuff to to get any flavor out of it. Those frozen 1 pound rolls at DG are pretty good. Hmm. Never bought it there. I have to check into that. Hmm. Maybe you need to buy from a butcher, not a chain store. Be honest with you, if we had a butcher around here, we probably would buy from a butcher. Now we have a butcher in Niles, Michigan. We go to a lot of times. Um, but man, I'll tell you what, they're a high volume butcher shop. It's called Shelton Meats, and yeah, they're high volume. Um, you go in there any day of the week. There's 200 people running around that place trying to get frozen fish, chicken, beef cuts, ground beef, pork cuts, sausage. They hand stuff their own sausage and stuff there. But regardless of whether you buy the 10-pound roll of hamburger or you buy fresh hamburger out of the meat counter, tastes the same. I'm thinking about buying a side of beef and half a hog now that we ain't moving within a year. The wife and I were actually talking about that um, a few months ago, wishing we could afford to buy a side of beef and half a hog, go in with somebody else, and divvy it up. But can't do it now. Prices start going back up again. Hell, our gas got down to $3.55 a gallon here a couple months ago, and it's back up almost $5 a gallon again. Thought it was me. Sweets do not taste the same either. No, they don't. No, they don't. My local Mexican store has a fresh meat counter. We don't even have a Mexican store around here. I've got to travel about an hour and a half south of here to find a Mexican store. But I'll tell you what, you are right. That's some good stuff there. I love their chorizo. Um, some of their pre-made fajitas mixing and stuff like that. Very very good stuff. My son-in-law's family has cattle. Gas is up. Not that much here. Paid $3.36 Saturday. Very cool. Anybody else remember when you could take a $20 bill, fill your car up, and still stop by Dairy Queen or McDonald's or something and grab a burger and a drink? All on one $20 bill. I remember paying less than $1 a gallon for gas. And it doesn't seem like that long ago. 3.89. Now, where you're at, Templar, do they charge you per gallon or per liter? Well, I should have said Templar and Dev, because I know over in the other part of the UK they charge by the liter, but I didn't know what they did in Canada, if they charged by the liter or by the gallon. Okay, if I convert a liter to US gallon, a liter is 165. I know when my friend Alan from England was here 3 years ago, what we were paying for a gallon of gas is what he was paying for a liter in England. So I think it was 250, 260 a gallon, 265 a gallon, and that's what he was paying per liter. So he was paying almost $10 a gallon in England for the same amount we were getting for 1/4 that. On the plus note, my truck is staying at 16.9 mpg, which is up 1.5 mpg. Yeah. Thanks to that $700 new exhaust installed last Saturday. Yep. New new exhaust, properly inflated tires. That all really helps. It helps a lot. Of course, the wife is stressing out that new car that she got earlier this year. The sensors on the tires um, are acting up. So one day she'll get in there and it'll say one tire's 17 pounds of pressure, the other tire's 28 pounds of pressure, and then she'll get in there the next day and it'll say that the one that was 17 the day before is at 28, and the one that's at 28 is at 36, and every day it's different. I told her she needs to get a hold of Carvana since the car's under warranty and let them know. Then she's all worried that she won't have another car to drive back and forth to work while they come pick hers up and get it serviced. That is town out of the road. Should be more like 21. Saw a channel that does vintage things. The show that day had things that existed in 72. Gas was like 47 cents. I paid 35 cents a gallon in 74. 47 cents, early 70s, that's high. Yeah, that's what I would do, Cheryl, is make them provide a rental car. I also paid $1.10 a gallon. 74. I got from 38 to 42 miles a gallon depending on driving and road. Yeah, I got to keep track of the actual air pressure in her tires. Tomorrow she starts that new position with the casinos. Instead of driving 15 minutes to work, she's going to be driving an hour to work for her training up until the snow starts to fall. Um, and then she'll be back here again at least sometime before Christmas. But she'll probably have to jump from um, an hour north to an hour south to an hour west before she gets to stabilize back into our casino here 15 minutes from home. So, and we don't know how this car does. It's an all-wheel drive, but we don't know how it does on the snow and everything yet, since she just had to get it earlier this year. So we'll see. We will see. My tires say 35. It's 33 in the morning, 37 heat of the afternoon. Should I increase? It's 35 in the morning. It's always going to read low when the temperatures are colder, and read higher when the temperatures warm up. So as long as it stays in that vicinity, I wouldn't worry about it. 23 to 35, cold ain't much. No. Air, oil, radiator, life gets in our way. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. Ah, okay. Same chassis as your Cadillac. I have an air sensor on my tires. Drove through snow, clump. It went off the next day. I was fine. Finicky about my car. I run mine at 40-45, but it is a truck. Yep. And a big truck at that. Nice, comfortable truck. Now I don't know when the video for tonight's investigation will be out. It may be out tomorrow afternoon. Um, it may not be out till Wednesday morning. It just depends on what we find. Um, but we will be going out. We will be leaving here about 5:30 tonight, and God only knows when we'll be back. So Dakota, Dodge Dakotas are nice. I like Dodge Dakotas. Yeah, paranormal investigation. We are going back to one of our most active haunted historic cemeteries here in our area. We've been there 3 or 4 times before. The place has never failed us. It is always very active. So, well, luckily it's only about 15 or 20 minutes away. So, I appreciate that, Swiss. But we'll be okay. It ain't all that big or comfortable. I always liked the Dodge Dakotas. I thought they were great little trucks. Had to get work done on my car around July. Dual clutch, some trans problems, almost $4,000. Oh my God. It was the $3,000 to replace the stuff that needed replaced on the wife's old SUV that made us get this new one. And paying almost $4,000 in service and part replacement parts and stuff versus $186 a month for 500 years on this new one. It's not that bad. I think it's 5 years or 3 years or something like that. But was much easier. Besides that, she needed a new one. That other one had so many electrical problems and issues and shit. She needed something that had been gone over. We had a Carfax done, or they had a Carfax done, and we knew everything about the car before we even got it. I don't dislike the truck, but I have dropped a lot of money in. Oh yeah, I got $4 grand into the Dakota. Call out Summer Will's name, please. See if she comes through. So I hope she's found, so she can have justice. Wow. I haven't heard anything about Summer Wells. What's the deal with her, Cheryl? I've not heard that name. Plus 2 grand, great deal. I paid for the thing. Yeah, yeah. Missing child from Rogersville, Tennessee. Huh. I'll have to. God, my nose itches for some reason. I'll have to look into that after the stream's over. I've not heard that name before. I'll check into that. I'm getting my car detailed, and then have mechanic flush the floods, give it once over. Put over 1,200 miles on it last month, including moving. More weight, like miles than usual. Oh, now, you said you live in Oklahoma now. Where did you move from, Swiss? Was 5 when she disappeared from her property. Sounds nefarious. I understood what you meant with the mics. That's why I glanced down at my keyboard and seen that the K was right next to the L. Hey, Blaine. Good morning, brother. Hope you're doing good today. I think when we move, we'll rent a U-Haul truck, make one trip. Always a smart thing to do. Oh, you came from Tennessee? I would have stayed there. I would have stayed there. I don't know though. I've only been to Oklahoma once, and I liked it. So I checked the website. It checks with your VIN number. Recalls work before it was done. Now they email me 2 times a month with updates on my car. Sorry, not paying attention. Trying to get Medicare info since I have FedEx enrollment starting tomorrow. Ola, young nephew. Work promotion. I like Tennessee, but love in Oklahoma. Been in Oklahoma a lot. The only time I was ever in Oklahoma is when I lived in Texas. I spent 6 months in Wichita Falls, Texas, and we just crossed the Red River right into Oklahoma. Come back home that evening. Um, my friends took me out there to south central Oklahoma where the big tornado came through several years ago and just completely made a town vanish. All that's sitting out there in the field now are concrete slabs. There is nothing left. It was that big F5 that came through, what, a decade ago? Or no, God, it was 30 years ago, I think. 25 years ago. And just everything gone. Um, that was very interesting for me. But I was really into the storm chasing thing 22 years ago when I lived in Texas. My experience is that visiting is much different than living. That is true, very true. But I originally came from East Central Tennessee, right in between Nashville and Chattanooga, almost dead center between Nashville and Chattanooga. Um, so I'm kind of partial to Tennessee, just a little. So I love living most was Savannah, Georgia, Moore, Oklahoma. Almost moved there, but didn't want the commute. Makes sense. Like a small town named Mado hundreds of times. I lived in McAllister briefly. The Clarksville area. In a way, I kind of wish I still lived down there, since I'm so much older now, and I'm more into the history. We were only a 40-minute trip from Sparta, Tennessee, where Morgan's Raiders took off from and started their northern ride into Indiana and Ohio. The original courthouse down in Sparta is now a museum. There's a lot of artifacts in there from Morgan and his men that they left behind, um, and some things they made the trip with. So there's a lot of history in Tennessee. Eastern Tennessee is real pretty. We have got several falls, waterfalls and stuff down there. We're just a hop. We Mom and Dad still live just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Fall Creek Falls State Park in Tennessee. And then if you go down the mountain to the north, just outside of Crossville, Tennessee, we have another park with falls. Um, Beautiful area. Beautiful area. Did you see the game on Saturday? We whooped LSU's butt. I didn't get a chance to. That gun that I'm holding in the I should say that neutron accelerator that I'm holding in the thumbnail for this stream, I built in like 2 hours on Saturday. Um, I needed some kind of a proton something to go with the Ghostbuster outfit for the Rock the Block or Rock the Beach Halloween thing on Saturday on my birthday, and I built the whole thing in like 2 hours. How, I have no clue, but I did it and it worked. Didn't make any sound, but it lit up. So I didn't have a chance to watch much TV at all until we got up to the bar and I seen Notre Dame playing, and watched them go from back behind to way ahead before we came back home. Went to the Watauga Cheese Festival Saturday. Small town festivals are great. I love small town festivals. Love it. All right, Blaine, you have a good day, my friend. Take care of yourself. Hopefully, being a Monday, you're off today. I know you used to be off on Mondays. I don't know if you still are or not, but if you are, go do some spinning and winning for me, bud. I'm sorry, that was Beast Creek area. Summer disappeared from, not Rogersville. Okay. I'll still check into it and see what I can find on that. That's just weird. Used to go to fairs all the time when I was in the mountains. Saw Charlie Daniels at one. Can't beat the food. No, you can't. No, you can't. I saw Charlie Daniels actually in Indianapolis one time. He done an outside show for 4th of July several years ago. And that was pretty cool seeing him down there. Wanamaker Gun Show. Huh. Every gun person should hit Wanamaker's at least once. I love a gun show. Gun shows are nice. I'm going to turn this fan on. It is actually starting to get warm in here. Wanamaker is the gun show. I missed both state fairs here in the last month. I'll be ready next year. Mine was outside, also sat about 10 foot from the stage. Nice. I think I was probably 4 rows back. Um, they did it down at the ball field in Indianapolis. They just brought in a big flatbed with a cover on it, and it was standing only, no seating. Like I said, it was in a parking lot there at the ball field in Indianapolis, and I think I was maybe 4 rows back, 5 rows back. Um, Close enough I could see his tongue sticking out when he was playing. I'm gonna go make some phone calls about all this. See everybody later this week. All right, Jay. Sounds good, bud. You take care of yourself and give the wife some lovey-dovey um, this afternoon. Nice thing is she won't be able to see you coming. I was blessed to be at Earth, Wind, and Fire on my birthday many years ago. They sang happy birthday to me at the side stage. That's cool. And while in Tulsa for the show, you can drop in J.M. Davis Gun Museum. There you go. Gun show and the gun museum. No better way to spend the day, in my opinion. I have one eye to see him. Ah, that's true. Crap. That's true. November 12th and 13th. Just looked it up. I won't miss it. There you go. The Will Rogers Museum. Now that would be interesting to see. Yeah, she's getting her cataracts worked on tonight, at least in one eye, and then here in hopefully a couple weeks they'll work on the other ones. What is our temperature now? 45 degrees, and it feels like it's 90 degrees in this room. Well, if she's getting the left eye worked on, they'll end up putting a patch over it for a day or two. So if he stays over here in her left peripheral, he's good. He can sneak up on her. He's he's a very stealthy individual. So we're close. We have 45. Yeah, I think we're supposed to get up to 71 again today. Um, After 4 days with highs in the 50s, um, I got kind of used to that. So, but now we're back up to the normal temperatures for this time of the year. Jay can't sneak up on anyone. Supposed to be 78. Whew. Nope, too close to 80 for me. I like our fall temperatures just the way they are. Mornings in the high 30s and the low 40s, 50-degree days. High of 75. Mother Nature just can't make up her mind this year. But I saw another forecast map this morning, and they are still talking about below normal temperatures and above normal snowfall for this winter, um, all along the Ohio River, in the Ohio Valley, actually getting the first snow this year before we get it up here in Michigan. And they showed the main model, and like from Wisconsin and everything all the way down to central Indiana and coming back up. They're talking about all that Canadian weather coming down and hitting us this year and having a nasty, nasty winter, which we're way past time for. Our last really bad winter was 8 years ago, 9 years ago. We had over 6 feet of snow. So we've not had anywhere close to that since then. So below 80 is okay as long as you don't get below 20 for a low. I went about 75 at night, 85 during the day. All that shit comes right across here. Heard the UP will be getting flurries. In a normal year, we have our first snow of the year on Halloween. Every year, usually when I'm out walking around with the daughter, we'll get pelted with some little snow flurries and stuff. And then usually about the second or third week in November, we get our first snow. The way they're talking this year, it's all going to come earlier. Um, we've not had the temps for it yet, but it's coming. These 35, 36-degree mornings, it's coming. I'm wondering if Washington State will get winter. It's usually much cooler by now. Got to get ready. Head into the office. Thank you for your hospitality. Have a wonderful day. You're welcome anytime, Swiss. Anytime. You've been in here once, you're part of the family. So you can come back anytime you want to. Hospitality's always here. Coffee's always fresh. The goofiness is always right here for your liking. So you have a good day. Don't work too awful hard. And take care of yourself. I still remember the winter of '78. So do I. So do I. Well, back to work. All right, Templar. You take care of yourself, my friend. Don't work too awful hard. And we'll catch you later. 15, 20 foot of snow depth, dug through it in a single lane. That's how our roads were. They were a single lane with little pockets off to the side for cars to pull into to let other cars pass. We had a drift going from the top of our house all the way across the street, um, into the yard across the street. We lifted the overhead garage door, and it was a wall. Mom's car, Dad's truck was buried. Everything. They wound up putting on our snowsuits and pulling our sled up to the grocery store just to get groceries for us to make it for a few days until the city could come through and clean the roads off enough. Been here before, you know. Oh, I know. I know. So it's Joe coming in. We didn't have school for 10 days. We were pretty close to that. We were pretty close to that because we were in town at that time. Um, we were living in north central Indiana at that time. And the buses couldn't even get down half the country roads to get kids. There were farmers out with their tractors plowing the snow in front of their houses and stuff, um, just on the possibility that the plow trucks were going to get out and get the roads plowed. Rural Consolidated School District. See, that's what ours was. And then, I don't know about you guys where you're at, but after '78, we moved out in the country in '83 and got hit again in on the winter of '83, '84. I mean, it wasn't as bad, but we still had 4 foot of snow, really cold temps, stuff like that. So probably why snow don't bother me. I'm so used to getting out and playing in 20 feet of snow and digging tunnels, and of course I'm a little older now, and snow and cold temperatures have a tendency of kicking my butt. Go figure. Hell, I'm 40 years older now. I'm a lot older. They brought a bunch of articulated loaders on loan from Cat snowplows. Wouldn't go through it. I know that a lot of the farmers back in '78 were bringing their backhoes and stuff into town, and they were doing the parking lots with like big cats and stuff like that. Happened to move all that snow in the parking lots and stuff. Whew. Man, we are down to 20 minutes. Woo woo. Hot dog. They had to load all the excess snow and dump it on the fields outside of towns. I think they did that to some of our roads, but the parking lots, they just piled it up in a corner of the parking lot somewhere. And hell, some of it was still there melting in April. Arthritis has a way of rearing its ugly head in cold weather. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, tell me about it. I had snow in May at work, and a big snow in the early 2000s. Hmm. I don't remember one in this area back then. As I came back here from Texas in 2001, and I do not remember. Yeah, I don't remember one in our area then. I did it myself though by cleaning the entire 8-acre parking lot. That's a big parking lot. 14 inches of snow. That's a lot of snow. Ah, sales lot. Gotcha. Now I remember, when was it? 2001? 2002? Um, when I first came back from Texas, I went to work in the detail department of the Ford dealership my dad worked at. And I do remember us having to move the cars around so they could get the lot done. Um, we did have about a foot of snow. That's when that's when I found out that traction control on a Mustang only meant that when you hit the button, strictly let you know if the car was going to spin to the left or spin to the right. All right, Cheryl, you take care of yourself, sweetie. Have a good day, and we will catch you later. That investigation, like I said, depending upon how much evidence we get, it will either be out late tomorrow or it'll be out early Wednesday. Or, yeah, late tomorrow or early Wednesday. So you take care of yourself, and we'll catch you later. After that, we didn't clear lots, just the office parking. I get trailers out with my 4-wheel drive. Yep. Laters. Take care. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, 686 would go through 4 foot of snow, no problem. I kind of miss driving a fork truck. The last time I drove a fork truck was right after Hurricane Katrina. Um, I was working at a place in Napanee, Indiana, that was taken over by FEMA. So we started building the little FEMA trailers, the ones that sat out in New Mexico and sank into the ground because nobody wanted them. Our government dollar at work started falling apart, caving in. People would get them from FEMA and sell them as campers on eBay for $2,000 or $3,000. We had 6 fork truck drivers at that factory supplying the lines, and we were running supplies into those boys every 2 minutes. They were pumping those trailers out that fast. So I don't blame people for not wanting to live in them. When it takes an hour to build a trailer, or an hour and a half to build a trailer, I know the guys that were transporting them to the rail yard was making a buttload of money. The rail yard was only about 10 miles away. Some of those boys were coming to work at 5 o'clock in the morning and weren't leaving till 6 or 7 o'clock at night. Um, Driving those 1-ton pickup trucks with a fifth wheel mounted in the back, and then they had their ball on the back end of it. Some of those guys were making $1,000 a week just to make little 10-mile jogs back and forth. And they didn't have to hook them up or anything. All they had to do was back up to them. We had people there at the plant that was hooking them up, plugging them in, testing the lights on them, send them off. You're ready to go. Hour later, they'd be back. I get asked to go do operator duty every once in a while from guys that knew me through work. I could do stuff with a lift that was hard to believe. Good fork truck driver is hard to find. You can make a good name in it. You don't ever have to retire. There's always somebody out there needs something moved, needs something hauled from one location to another. Short distance, but oh yeah. Willing to try anything was more accurate. Yeah, but once you get good at it, you're in high demand. I used the thing to plow a garden once. I bet that was an experience. Flower garden. What you do? Just use the forks and keep digging in. It was just poking the forks a foot deep in the dirt. Yep. There you go. That's how you do it. Maybe if I would have had you closer, my potatoes would have grown this year. Still got the little guys laying up on the counter trying to figure out what kind of bowl of something I want to make with them. Quite honestly, I'll probably put them in a small saucepan and boil them and just make a one single bowl of mashed potato salad with them, and that'll be it. Yeah, mine was not a mine was not an off road lift. It was just a little teeny tiny Komatsu. Um, Handled what we needed to do around the lot, getting the supplies in and out of the plant. So the forks will tilt 50 degrees. Yeah, I can't see letting them go to waste. I can't. I mean, those 8 little taters will not even fill me up, but by God, I'm going to do something with them. 3 months of waiting for them, I'm gonna get my single bowl of tater salad out of them little taters. Actually, it's probably going to be more like 3 or 4 bites of tater salad. Be honest with you. You've seen the picture, Jan. Those things were not even hell. Some of them you don't even got to chew them to swallow them. You too, Tony. You too. You take care of yourself. Have a good day, bud. And we'll catch you here in a few days. Yeah, that's true. It could be more than yeah. Uh, since we since we're not going to have a stream tonight because I'll be out at an investigation. Depending on how I feel Wednesday morning, I might do a stream. I'm just not sure yet, but we'll see. There's always a good possibility of it. Man, down to 5 minutes already. My goodness gracious. Time flies when you're having fun. going to try to set up on the second part of the barn video go out on Thursday. Very cool. Very cool. Can't wait for that. I don't know why, but just based on experience um, with these investigations, I think having the two girls there tonight is going to be an asset. I believe we're going to get a lot of activity there. Um, I don't know. We'll see if I'm right or wrong on that. But I just got a feeling we are going to have some activity there that is just absolutely incredible. We've never had a woman at uh, this location before, but we've only been able to make contact with males at this investigation. And one of them is um, a crazy dude that is that yes, that is the one I said we could. No, 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 not the one there in Paw Paw. This one here is right here, just about 15 or 20 minutes from the house. Um, but it is this dude. Um, his first wife was about 110 pounds and 19 years old, and by the time she got to 24, he started seeing another 19-year-old that weighed just over 100 pounds. So he has this thing for thin, pretty women. So we are going to see uh, if he's still the same way in the afterlife that he was while he was living. But that's about it for this morning, y'all. We have less than a minute left. Um, I hope y'all have an awesome Monday. Like I said, we will not be on tonight. We have the investigation that we're doing tonight. Um, it's going to be a good one. Like I said, the video will be out either late tomorrow or early Wednesday. Just depends on the evidence we get and what I have to go through to get it uploaded and edited and everything. So that's going to be about it for this morning. You two are still here listening. Great live. Thank you, Mayhem. I appreciate that, dear. Oh yeah, Jan, believe me, I know they're going to be right up his alley. So, you guys have a great Monday. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. We do. Like I said, we might catch you Wednesday morning. Just wait and see. Y'all take care. We'll see you later.